I am here in beautiful Vancouver, Canada on a 10-day business trip and also brought my family along because this is also our family trip. And I want to share with you tax write-off strategy that I use that allow me to deduct about $5,000 personal vacation expenses as business expenses, all legally. So let me first share with you our 10-day itinerary. I structured it in a way that every day would count as a business day, not as a personal day. So distinction between business versus personal day is so important for write-off purposes because expenses incurred on business days can only be written off. So here's our 10-day trip itinerary. So you went from Tuesday morning to Sunday morning to Tuesday evening. So on Sunday morning, my family and we Ubered to the airport and flew directly to Vancouver. Monday through Wednesday, I attended a conference for 4 hours each day. That's very important. Thursday was a sightseeing day for us, no other business activities. And Friday was a meeting day with my business partners in Vancouver that lasted from 9 to 1. And Saturday, Sunday were again sightseeing days. And the following Monday was another predetermined business meeting day with my partners, 9 to 1. And the following day on Tuesday, we flew back in the evening. So let me just recap. So during the entire 10-day trip, I was engaged in business activity for 5 days. 3 of those days of convention and 2 days of business meeting with my business partner. So total 5 days out of 10 day trip. So you may ask, how can you write off the entire expenses only when you spend 5 days out of 10 days conducting business activity? So let me explain how. Again, it all comes down to structuring each day to count as a business day. So day one, on Sunday morning, we flew to Vancouver. It counts as a business day because it's considered as a travel day. Although we ended up spending most of our day sightseeing in Vancouver since our arrival in the early afternoon, the main purpose of the day was to travel. So it's still counted as a business day. So Monday through Wednesday, this one is easy. I attended a conference, at least for 4 hours each day. So key fact is 4 hours. So when attending conference, there's a strict rule that says one must spend more than 4 hours to count it as a business day, right? So the IRS consider 8 hours as a full business day. So you got to spend more than 50% doing business-related activities. So 4 hours or more has to be spent attending a conference. One exception to this rule would be if you were a guest speaker where your presence was necessary, spending less than 4 hours on that day would still count as a business day. So next day, Thursday is an interesting day because although we spend all day sightseeing, it's still considered as a business day because it is cheaper for me to stay here in Vancouver for one night than spending another round ticket trip to fly back home and fly back to Vancouver for the following business meeting. So although there's no specific business activities that I perform on Thursday, it still counts as a business day. Pretty cool, huh? Friday counts as a business day because I had a meeting with my colleagues that day to talk about business plans for 4 hours again. And Saturday, Sunday, the weekend, this is another interesting business days. Although we spent all day sightseeing that weekend, because it was sandwiched between 2 business days, also count as a business day. So this is where true tax planning creates a true value, right? It's pretty cool. The second Monday counts as a business day since I spent 4 hours meeting with my business associates and colleagues to talk about various business matter. And the last day, the second Tuesday, although we spent all day sightseeing, still counts as a business day because the main purpose is to travel back home. So if you count the total hours I spent during this 10 days conducting business activity, there are only 20 hours, 4 hours each day times 5 days. That's all I needed to write off the entire transportation costs, including Uber, airfare, my airfare, and our hotel stay for 10 days, rental car, my meals during the entire 10 days because I planned it in advance. So as a result, the amount of personal vacation expenses that I was able to convert as a business expense was about $5,000. So here's a few important tax planning tips to share. So number one, you must have good documentations to prove that the origin, the main purpose of this trip was for business, not for personal vacation, right? And personal vacation can happen, but it should happen incidentally. So this is especially important because if you're going to a location that's considered as like vacation destination, like Bora Bora. So what I did was to send out emails to my business colleagues a month in advance to set up the Friday and Monday meeting to create that predetermined reason for the sandwich weekend. So if I didn't do that, the weekend would have been recategorized as personal days. So no write-off on those days. Number two, make sure the expenses are neither extravagant nor lavish. We stayed at a hotel that cost us about $350 a night. I think that would be reasonable. If I stayed at Four Seasons and drop $1,500 a night, that probably would have been considered as lavish or extravagant for me. Number three, make sure to save all the convention schedule, your attendance, and have the meeting minutes for the Friday and Monday meetings to ensure that you can prove that you spent more than 4 hours on each one of those days. Last one, number four, make sure to keep all the receipts related to travel, including airfare, meals, and hotel costs. From my experience representing an audit case related to a business trip like this, IRS actually wanted to see the Expedia receipt just to make sure that the location of and details related to hotel booking actually made sense. So bottom line, if you plan your trips correctly in advance, you can save thousands of dollars each year by legally converting your personal vacation expenses to deductible business expenses. Hope this helped. See you next time.